Okay, this is the sound system for the U3A in its bag. We'll open the front and remove the mains lead. There's a instruction guide there. You open the front and you see the front of the unit. Open the back so it opens out, and then we can just slip this out by pushing it. I'm just pushing it from the back, take it out of its bag and just simply take the bag away. Okay, if we turn the unit to the side, we can see one of the control panels, and here we connect the mains and any inputs. So I'll start with the mains, take the mains lead and plug it in, and on the side here we plug it in here and we switch on there, and we see the little green lights come on. So we turn this further around, so we see the back. We have a control panel up here, which we'll see in a moment. We have 2 radio microphones, which we'll set up shortly. The unit comes with 2 radio microphones in their protected cover. There's one marked A and another one marked B. The first thing to do is put batteries in the microphones. To insert a battery, simply take the microphone, unscrew the base, get your battery and push on the socket, and then put the base back on and screw up. On the front you have 2 switches. Here, the top one, which is on off. If I slide it on, you should be able to see a green light. There you go. And then the one below is a mute, on so that you can talk, and down for mute. I find it useful to actually just leave it switched on there and then switch it on and off here as needed. We can do the same for the B. Again, battery, plug that in and screw the lid, and again we switch on, off. We also have a hands-free unit. This is also marked A. Okay. We can only use 2 microphones at any one time, an A and a B. We can't use the 2 A's. So if we want to use this one, then we would only use the B microphone with it. So push that open, push it open, and again simply look at the set inside, the way that the battery is supposed to go, and just push the battery in, close it up. On the top you have a 3 position switch. At the moment it's switched off. The green light shows that we have power. The middle section is in standby, and then push up for on. Again, I find it just useful to actually just be able to go off, on, rather than bother with the intermediate one. All the microphones that we have are directional, so the way you hold them and speak into them will have a big impact on what the audience will hear. So when we take these, we've got to think of it as an ice cream. And we're going to lick the top of the ice cream. We're going to suck the top of the ice cream. And as you can see, we can hear, we're getting quite decent audio. If I turn this 90 degrees, as if I was going to lick the side of the ice cream, notice there's hardly any audio now. So you must speak into the end of the microphone, not into the side of the microphone. The third and final microphone is a hands-free unit. This is it. It simply clips over the back of the head and then over the ears. And the microphone should be positioned about level with the middle of the chin. If I switch this on now, you can hear that my voice is now being amplified. The important point here is that it is directional, and if you turn it away from the mouth, you don't get the same level of audio. There is a mark on the arm, a white mark, which should be facing the speaker. On many occasions, the speaker will just be doing a PowerPoint presentation, but they might also want to be able to play audio from their computer. To do that, we need to link the computer to the sound unit. And in our box of tricks, we have two here. This is the main connection leads. This should be long enough for most connections between the computer and the unit. But if not, there's an extension here. If we have a look at the extension, we have this end where it has a white and a red plug. This will connect into the sound system, and at the other we have a smaller orange plug which will plug into the computer. So if we start with the actual unit, if we look here, we've got the line in, and that's just where this goes in. So we plug the red into the red hole, the white into the white hole, in the line in. On the computer, there will be a headphone socket, which every computer has a headphone socket, and it's a matter of finding where it is on a particular computer. On this one, the headphone socket is here on the side, so I simply plug in the other end of the lead. And that's it. So we'll play this.
At long last, I am able to say a few words of my own. I have never wanted to...
Okay, so that's Edward VIII abdicating. The volume for the sound can be controlled either at the computer or on the sound unit. The important thing is to try and balance whatever output you get from the computer combination and the unit combination and the microphones, so that you're not having to continually change one or the other. On the actual unit, the volume is controlled by this. Okay.
Allegiance to him. This I do with all my heart.
Okay, so I'll just turn that down again. On the computer, it will depend on the make, model and the operating system, but the speaker should be able to do that. So if I get the microphone now. Testing, 1, 2, 3. So I've now got the handheld microphone. If I now start the audio, I need to turn the volume up.
Of Wales and lately as king.
We can see that perhaps the balance is not quite right there, but again you would play between the volume, the controls for the microphone and the overall control for the computer, and that's it.
To carry the heavy burden of responsibility and to discharge.
Okay. Right, final last words. When you're finished and you're packing up, there are certain things that are important. The first, remove all the batteries from the microphones. If you don't, and the battery leaks, it will damage the microphone. So remove them, make sure they're empty. Okay. Put on the protective sleeve and slot back into the back of the unit. The batteries, if you still have the little black caps, just put a black cap on the terminal, and this prevents them shorting out during storage. These go in the utility box, the extension leads, the hands-free microphone go in this box. Also, there's an extension for the projector, and you're connecting to a laptop. Then that extension is 10 meters long and can be useful for that. So that's the box of tricks. Final and the most important part is that this unit has a lead acid battery in it, so that it can be run off the mains. It is important, in fact not just important, it's essential that we actually switch off here when we unplug it. If we don't, then the battery will still be in use, and if it totally discharges, then it'll be ruined, and you'll only be able to run it off the mains in future, and it'll be a very expensive repair. So always make sure it is switched off and there's no lights on here before you put it away back in its case. So back in its case, there's the front. Slip it in at the back and just slide it in gently. Push it in bit by bit, and then zip it up. And don't forget the mains adapter in here. And that's the end of the open meeting. Thank you.